Some insight that I have about our topics this week is modernism and postmodernism and Marxism. So, Marxism, uh, he wanted, Karl Marx wrote the Communist Manifesto, and he wanted, what it basically wanted was not to have some overseeing government and all of the road work and the schools and all of the things that we pay taxes for would be businesses, be a business owned by someone in the public, and all of the wealth that the 1% has would be um, back into the economic system. He didn't just want to fix the system, he wanted to change it completely. And this was a concept that was definitely a sore subject in politics, being that communism didn't work out. And, there's a whole thing about communism, but Marxism, like in the art, when you're talking about artwork, and he thought that the artwork was directly affected by the economy. Looking at postmodernism and modernism, he found a direct correlation between the ups and downs of the economy and the ups and downs of the artwork and what it was, and the tone and the attitude and how it felt. I think that it's very valid. I think that's very good point. And we are all affected by the social structures around us and the political things that are going on, and that affects our artwork. So I just think that his ideas were valid, but in theory, and but not in practice, because it just doesn't work that way, I guess. Marxist critics would say that as well. I think that modernism is interesting because it was after World War II, and they really wanted modernists. Everybody in the world wanted some safety and unity, and to be rebuild. And art was very experimental. I thought that one idea about fragmentation. So the artists in modernism didn't want the artwork to be like the old artwork. They wanted it to change completely. So they went to postmodernism, and they wanted to just get rid of the lines altogether. They had a lot of fragmentation, and they would take different images and just put them together, cut them up and put them together, collages and things like that. But that's where abstraction came from, and I am an abstract artist, and it's it's great to know where it came from, when the start of it was and what it's about. And it's interesting, though, that guy, he gets, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, and I don't want to look through my book right now, but he goes into this idea of imagery being broken down and broken down and broken down, and images, repeating images until there's no image. there's no real image. There's only copies of copies and copies of copies, and then it gets distorted, and people can't tell the difference between real and fake anymore because everything